Yeah, live late breaking news. The infamous Fuentes has been suspended from Twitter. I don't know. I guess half surprising, half not surprising. Um, I'm not in favor of banning people as a rule, but also I understand like there's always exceptions to that. Um, the most obvious people that are banned off of Twitter are um, anyone who is part of any terrorist organization. Like I think they banned ISIS off the internet or some other aligned groups. Although there are leaders like the Ayatollahs that are on Twitter, or the state media services for North Korea, etc. So they do ban some bad actors off of Twitter, off of YouTube, off the internet as a whole, but there also are plenty of bad actors, but have a degree of legitimacy, like the head of state that are on. So it's definitely a huge gray area. Yeah, we have the First Amendment in America, but there's all types of exceptions to that. Um, by the letter of the law, Twitter can ban whoever they want. I don't think that's debatable whether it's legal or not. Like they're allowed to do it. The question is whether it's prudent. And yeah. So my immediate thoughts are it's a bad development for somebody, even if you don't like Fuentes, to be banned. But on the flip side, somebody like Fuentes and his followers who mock everything and everybody, including others' misfortune, whether it be including genocide or really horrible things that happen to people. They like to mock and get under people's skin and generate outrage and harass. And but then when there's consequences to these things, like him being banned or him being on the do not fly, which I'm also against, that's a scary development. But they don't seem to understand their role in generating that. Even if it's not even the majority of blame, the fact that they have a role to play in that. So I was just arguing with somebody earlier on Twitter saying, well, he promotes himself as the new, I forget the new Rosa Parks. Just forgetting her name for a second. I guess that's tongue in cheek. This guy was saying, I don't know. I was criticizing his actions the way I'm kind of doing right now, and this guy said, "Well, what do you want Nick to do? Sell out and run for office or something?" I guess when these guys say sell out, it means not going hard on the JQ or hard on Israel or hard on whatever Zog or the USS Liberty. But I said to the guy, I feel like Nick Fuentes is a sellout because he's sacrificed being legitimate and being genuine for generating outrage, generating clicks, generating attention, generating likes. I mean, is a leader somebody who bombards the kosher conservatives with stupid questions at college events? You know what I mean? Like, is that what a leader would do? Or is that somebody who wants to generate attention and outrage that puts that first? Is that what they would do? And it's hard to think of many good leaders these days, but what came to my mind as someone who's a genuine leader of a real movement that has power and is genuine was Amon Bundy. He has actually challenged government authority, whether you like him or not, or you think his argument is legitimate or illegitimate. If their claims of victimhood are not made in good faith or not legitimate claims, is somebody like him saying what he really thinks and getting out there and putting his ass on the line, including challenging the government and going through multiple trials. Not that Nick needs to do something like that, but this guy's really put his ass on the line, and he's not out there, trolling and asking stupid questions at CPAC. Just being like an irritant to people to get attention. Having debates, is Amon Bundy having debates? I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing if you have debates, but that's somebody like Fuentes. I think Michael Knowles, they were asking if he wanted to debate Fuentes, and Michael Knowles correctly said, the reason why I wouldn't debate Fuentes is because he's not genuine. He likes to generate outrage. He likes to troll and twist what you say, and he's a shit starter. That's what he does. That's what he likes to do. That's fine, but there's pluses and minuses to that strategy. And one of them is you generate a lot of hatred against yourself. People don't see you as legitimate. They won't want to debate you. I mean, his whole debate thing was basically like, debate me, bro, to the people that have more followers than him that are going to generate buzz. And it's like, if you want to debate Israel, there's hundreds or thousands of people that are very knowledgeable about Israel that you can have a real, genuine debate on, that know a lot more about Israel than him, or the Barnes guy he debated, or a lot more than Ben Shapiro, or any of those other people that he wanted to debate. But it's not about having a substantive debate. It's about getting attention, getting your name out there, getting followers, and then using that momentum to do what he does, which is get attention, generate outrage, pile on people, troll, etc. Fine. So his whole shtick was basically do this to other people, but then the backlash is people don't like you. They either shun you or won't debate you or try to get you banned. And then, it's all funny. And then, these people are trying to ban me because they can't beat me in a debate and they can't handle facts. And then you do get banned, and then it's like, okay, well, it's wrong that people are being put on the do not fly or getting banned off of Twitter or YouTube, but you kind of called their bluff and it happened to you. So should we not laugh at you because you're laughing at other people's misfortunes, including genocide and some of the worst shit that's happened to other people? You think is funny and edgy and come on, just jokes, bro. So, shouldn't we joke about this? I mean, at least halfway. You could halfway say maybe it's wrong and stupid, but you could halfway laugh at him and his followers. I think that's legitimate. So, I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. Like, he's not a true leader. He's a troll. He's a good troll, right? Like, as far as being a huge troll and getting attention, he's one of the biggest and best, right? Like, think Milo. But I liked Milo a lot more. First off, he was hilarious. I think Milo might be one of the funniest people in the public eye. But yeah, he went a little bit too far and unfortunately got canceled, and he's a fraction of his former size. But this is for anyone building a dissident movement that's beyond just getting attention and generating outrage. You're supposed to be bringing people to your side. You're not supposed to be generating hatred and getting yourself canceled. Like, he's highly critical of Israel and Zionists, but This is what I always say to these dissidents. They're trying to start a movement. You'll learn more from studying Herzl and the Zionists. You would do better to read about their experience and what they did versus, mocking them and saying they're illegitimate. Was Herzl going around like trolling the European leaders, trying to generate outrage against the Zionist movement? Or was he courting them and explaining, he wasn't even explaining why this is good for the Jews. He was explaining why this is good for the European powers, It's good for the Jews to have their own state. It's good for your state to be on the side of that movement and be in solidarity with this movement. Were the other Zionist leaders, were they trolling and like shit talking and mocking Christianity and Jesus? Or were they saying, we stand in solidarity with European Christians, and we want them to have access to the homeland as well. I mean, they said whatever they had to say to generate goodwill and to generate support, which is the complete opposite of what somebody like Fuentes does, or others, or what any real leader does. Somebody who's a better leader, like Amon Bundy. So, I don't know. I just think he's stupid. He's probably digging himself in deeper than he wants. I would imagine he's going to escalate the rhetoric against, not just the ADL, but Zog, perhaps. Who knows where he's going to go. And he'll suffer the consequences, Not like he probably hasn't learned anything. It's kind of interesting. Alex Jones's show has always been out there, plenty of conspiracy theories like the Sandy Hook shooting being a hoax, being staged, which is, pretty fucking outrageous. But now he's kind of embraced white nationalism or white dissidents, whatever you want to call them, because it's too ripe with, outrage. It's too outrage generating and full of so many conspiracy theories to turn down. So now he's bringing Fuentes on his show, which is, I know InfoWars has been banned, but that's pretty big, having getting on Alex Jones' show. Nick Fuentes is now on there. So who knows where it's all going to lead. But, I don't know. Those are my overall thoughts. I like making videos about these big topics, especially. I anticipate some of his angry followers to come and leave hate, which I love, I love the hate more than the fans. I mean, I like them both, you know what I mean? But, don't be like Fuentes. Be like Herzl. Herzl wasn't a troll. He actually went and fucking accomplished something, which is the most successful nationalist movement of the last 100 years. Had many other... He was the initial spark, so he didn't actually fully get the job done, but he started it. The modern Zionist movement. And you had others like Weitzman, the chemist who was in England, Chaim Weitzman. And he also wasn't trolling and, mocking and trying to piss off the British and, doing what Fuentes does, ask stupid fucking questions. They actually built a movement and accomplished something. So I don't want to give these guys the answer because they're kind of morons, but they don't follow good advice anyway. So don't be a loser like Fuentes and his followers. That's my message.